Emotions are running high as tomorrow will kick off college football's opening weekend. Auburn will face Washington at the Chick-fil-A kickoff in Atlanta, and Alabama will soon take on Louisville at the Camping World kickoff in Orlando, Florida. We have our crews live there right now. We start off with WAVE 31 morning anchor Najahe Sherman and MaryLee Melendez live from Orlando, where the Crimson Tide just arrived.
Hey Greg, really exciting happening right now. The players have just started to exit out. You can see them walking behind us and starting to load back onto their bus. We were one of only 2 stations to actually catch the players as they pulled up, got off the bus. I think we even got a roll tide from Nick Saban's wife. MaryLee, this was such an exciting moment, wasn't it?
It was. We were right here. We dropped our bags and got it on camera. I want to show you this video of the players coming off the bus right when they arrived here in Orlando. They came here straight from the airport. We've got Jalen Hurts looking mighty snazzy arriving here in Orlando today, and then right behind him was Tua Tagovailoa. We also had Damian Harris making quite an entrance, all smiles, excited to get on the field. Their star running back, looking forward to seeing him play come tomorrow night. And then we had Miss Terry gave us a big roll tide. So the Tide are in the building. They are here at the Hyatt Regency, and I think they just finished eating dinner, so they're probably pretty happy, Najahe.
Yeah, and you know what? One of the most amazing things has been to see the fan support. I mean, we've met fans throughout this trip here in Orlando that have come from all over the world to support the Alabama Crimson Tide, and they say this team is more than just football. It's family. And I met 2 very special ladies, and their whole friendship dates back to their time in Alabama. Alabama alumni Becky Mitchell and Mitzi Bradford traveled here to Orlando from Alabama to watch the Crimson Tide take on the Cardinals. These 2 go way back, and their special connection is tied to Bama.
There's a group of us that we kind of travel together and go to the games together. Our husbands played, and like I said, we were roommates in college. And yeah, we just have a blast.
It's a family. It's been a family for 40 years. It was a great experience for our husbands, our children, everybody that's come through the university. I'm a graduate of the university too. I know. Look, we were roommates in college.
And our husbands
played football together.
Top-ranked defending national champs Alabama will face off against Louisville for its 100th season of football at Saturday night's game. Crimson Tide fans told me they are confident Alabama will deliver.
To win.
Always to win. Always to win.
And every Alabama fan that I've spoke with is very confident that their team is really going to deliver. Of course, they look great on paper, and we expect them to perform out on the field. But I think the big question is everyone just wants to know who is going to be the starting quarterback for Alabama. And you've found some insight into that question.
Yeah, we've talked to a few former players. A lot of people are saying it's going to be Jalen Hurts, but Nick Saban has been very hush-hush about this. He has not let anybody know. We won't know until they take the field. But, you know, we have the #1 team in the country taking on usually a top-ranked team in the ACC. But it's not just about the team. We have 2 very veteran coaches, and they've known each other for a while. They have quite a history. So these 2 veterans have faced each other for 4 years straight. Back when Petrino was head coach for Arkansas, Bobby Petrino is Louisville's head coach. And, of course, Nick Saban, they faced each other back in 2008 to 2011. Saban calling Petrino's time as head coach of the Cardinals historically good, but he's not forgotten any of their prior meetings, even surprising his fellow coaches and players watching old game tape of Petrino.
Everybody was a little like astonished, I guess would be the right word, that I could call up every play we busted on when we were playing against them and they made big plays without looking at the tape. Formation, motion, play, whole thing.
So that's quintessential Saban right there. And as you can see behind us right now, the players are exiting. They just finished their dinner, and so they're hopping on the bus, and there's offensive coordinator right there, and everybody, the who's who of Alabama has arrived. A lot of former players here as well. So
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. We are definitely coverage you can count on. The only news crew who's getting this for you live as it happens right now. But of course, Orlando is not the only place where excitement is happening and all things Alabama are going on.
We're going to send it now to Lynden and Breken over in Atlanta. How's it going in Atlanta, guys?
Thanks, Naja. It's been a lot of fun. It sounds like y'all are having a great time down there in Orlando, hanging out at the team hotel. We're having a blast here at SunTrust Park on Auburn night here at the Braves game. You can see the line behind us that is filling up pretty fast. We're going to get the first pitch thrown out in a little over an hour, so a lot of fun out here.
Oh, it's been amazing. We've got some of the cutest Auburn fans out here too, 2, 3-year-olds. We even had one little cheerleader come by earlier, and she was just the cutest thing. So tell me, Lynden, what else we've got going on with Auburn right now?
So you just mentioned a lot of cute fans coming here, so that's a lot of good stuff. A lot of them are coming ready for this first ever matchup between Auburn and Washington. That means these coaches have never gone up against each other like Nick Saban and Bobby Petrino have. But Gus Malzahn has tons of respect for Washington's head coach Chris Petersen. He says he's one of the good guys in the business, and he also said they are very well deserving of that number 6 spot in the country. So he explained to us a little earlier this week what makes Washington's defense so special.
When I look at Washington defensively, they were top 10 defense last year. They got 9 starters back. They fly to the football. You can tell they really know their responsibilities. They know their answers. It's pretty impressive to watch. They're very good against the run.
Well, guys, that Washington defense really is not lacking, but neither is Auburn. They're bringing back a lot of starters on their defense too, so that's pretty cool. Later in sports, we'll hear how the Auburn defense is trying to stop that Washington run game, and we'll see their quarterback and why Kirk Herbstreit says he's one of the most underrated players in the country. So we'll tell you why.
And speaking of quarterbacks, like I said, tons of Auburn fans here. But we have not seen a lot of Washington fans here at the Atlanta Braves Stadium tonight for Auburn night, fan night, but not a lot of Washington fans. We've seen, 1 or 2, but we've got a wonderful woman who we spoke with earlier who's a huge fan of Gus Malzahn and Auburn's quarterback, Jared Stidham.
Love them both. I actually went to ladies football camp this summer, and they're pumped and ready to roll.
So you heard it right there. Auburn fans are ready to rock and roll tomorrow. They can't wait to watch their team take on the Washington Huskies.
Yeah, guys, back to you in Orlando.
All right, thanks so much. And I stepped out of the way just so you can see the team walking out, loading the bus right now on their way to dinner. This has been such an exciting evening in Orlando. Our coverage, you can count on our coverage, does not stop here. We're going to be back at the 10 o'clock news and then first thing in the morning, both on air and online. For Way 31 News, I'm Najahe Sherman in Orlando. Back to you, Greg.